Professor Wiggleby here, where one wallet, one ballot box, and one giant argument crash together. In the next few minutes, this video explores voter identification laws, asking whether they protect election integrity or block legitimate voters. Expect clear examples, funny visuals, and a fast map through both sides. This quick guide keeps one foot in solid facts and the other on a banana peel, weighing the strongest arguments for security against the strongest warnings about barriers. By the end, the trade-offs look sharper, the debate looks less foggy, and the big question feels more yours, so let's take a closer look. At the simplest level, voter identification laws ask people at the polling place to prove they are the right person before receiving a ballot. Sounds tidy, like checking your coat at a theatre. The twist is that states define acceptable proof differently, and those details drive the entire argument. This is where the map gets interesting. Some states accept photo identification only, some accept non-photo documents, some allow a voter without the right paperwork to cast a provisional ballot or sign an affidavit. So the phrase voter identification law hides a whole menu of rule designs. Supporters say a quick identity check protects the ballot box from impersonation and reassures people that every vote belongs to a real, eligible person. Even if the fraud risk looks small, they argue that visible security works like a seatbelt, better present than missing when trust matters. Backers also point out that many states offer free identification cards, accept several document types, or use provisional ballots when paperwork goes sideways. In that view, the system includes safety nets, not trapdoors. The goal looks less like a bouncer at a club and more like orderly check-in. Critics answer with a headache montage: birth certificate, transport, office hours, waiting lines, and forms that seem to breed in the dark like socks behind a dryer. Even a free card can carry costs in time, travel, missing work, or replacing documents that a person does not already have. Those hurdles often hit unevenly. A voter who recently changed a name, moved apartments, lacks a car, lives far from an issuing office, or uses an identification card that a state rejects faces extra friction. The law may look neutral on paper, yet feel much heavier once real life barges in. Here, the debate narrows. These laws mainly target in-person impersonation at the polling place, and documented cases of that specific fraud appear rare. Critics say the policy solves a tiny problem. Supporters reply that rare does not mean impossible, and prevention counts before damage spreads. Research on turnout produces fewer cinematic explosions and more scholarly shrugging. Some studies find small overall effects, while others find sharper drops for certain groups or stricter laws. That mixed evidence keeps both camps talking past each other. One side sees limited harm, the other sees unequal burden hiding inside averages. A lot depends on the fine print. Broad lists of accepted documents, easy replacement systems, mobile issuing offices, trained poll workers, and clear provisional ballot rules can soften barriers. Narrow lists, confusing procedures, and long travel can harden them. Policy design often decides whether the same idea feels reasonable or punishing. After all the charts, lines, and arguments, the judgment call stays personal. How much protection does a rule add against a narrow risk, and how much inconvenience or exclusion does it create for legitimate voters? Reasonable people answer that differently, which is exactly why this debate never stays calm for long. So, there it is. A debate where the same rule can look like a sensible lock on one side and a sticky door on the other. The still image on the television captures that tug exactly, with security and access staring each other down while your judgment does the heavy lifting. I hope this walkthrough feels genuinely useful and worth a thoughtful tap on the like button, because that helps spotlight which topics connect best. And if another debate deserves the Wiggleby treatment, drop it in the comments below. Curious minds, keep this place lively. See you next time. Before you go, at the top left here is my most recent video. Bottom left is what YouTube says matches your viewing history. Bottom right is a playlist of all my videos. And finally, top right is the subscribe icon. Bye again.